Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn, and if you caught my flip video of the May 2022 Spellbinders clubs, I at the very end referred to had the idea to create a card that sort of fit all occasions, using one of the card designs that I made in that video, and the idea just stuck with me, so I just had to do it. So here it is. What I've done in advance here is I stamped out this octagon wheel from the clear Stamp and Die of the Month. And then I have another stamp set that has all sorts of occasions. So, I mean, really everything. And so I picked the 8 that I thought would fit onto this wheel in each of those sort of triangular segments. And some of them are pretty tight fit. But I think where it overlaps a little bit with the borders of the triangles, it's still okay. You can still really make it out, and you know what it is from context of the rest of the word. But we have, so the 8 I chose were Christmas, birthday, retirement, New Year's, 4th of July, Halloween, Valentine's, and then the last one is everything. So at the very top you'll see I'll adhere the word happy. So this is gonna definitely be a card for all occasions. I've got my big bite here, so I'm just punching a 1/8 inch hole through the center of this octagon here, and there is a die. If you have the if you get the Stamp and Die club, then you'll have the coordinating die to cut this out. And I just have one of the Fun Stampers Journeys punches, and so I just use a circle punch to punch a hole, or punch a disc that is 1.5 inches in diameter. And you can see that off to the left, it's sitting on top of the stamp set. The 1.5 diameter isn't super important. It just needs to be smaller than the octagon, because we are going to use that disc is what will get adhered to the front of the card, because the wheel, the octagon, is going to be free of all adhesive so that it can spin. And the letters that I have here, they're from a large die of the month from years past, I think. It's from, it looks like July 2020, maybe? I'm not sure of that, but if it's still available, I will definitely link to it in the description box below. But I chose this alphabet die set because it's skinny, but it's tall. So you can, and it kind of fits the scale of a 5x7 really well. I'm using the same circle punch to actually punch out a disc of my low profile foam, which has adhesive. It's adhesive backed on both sides. And the other great thing about this alphabet set is that it has the separate dies for these little floral embellishments that you can use to kind of line the letters with, and just give it a different look. Although the alphabet is fun and interesting on its own. I like the font set, but you can always dress it up with the florals, which I'll do in a moment here. So this circle punch, since I use the exact same circle punch to punch out my foam adhesive, if you're going to do that, make sure that you really line that up well, because you don't want any adhesive. You don't want to accidentally glue down the octagon disc to that smaller disc, because the octagon disc really needs to flow and move. So you don't want any adhesive on there. And if you're worried, then just cut some foam pieces that are smaller and don't go all the way to the edge of that smaller disc. Now this triangle piece that I've cut, I just freehand cut that, and I added some pretty thick adhesive to the back of it because it needs to be thicker than the our octagon piece here, even with the brad and with the brad closed. Now the head of the brad is on the top, so there really isn't a lot of depth behind the octagon. It's really just kind of the tines or the legs of the brad and that extra layer of cardstock. Now when I did bend down the legs of the brad, I wasn't going for a super tight fit. In fact, you might have seen me do it, but I actually put a layer of thick cardstock underneath the leg as a little bit of a spacer, just to make sure that I left enough space to so that I won't accidentally close down the legs too tightly, because if it's too tightly flattened down, then that top octagon might not spin smoothly. You don't need a ton of space, but just making sure that it's got enough clearance so that it's not super squished down. And same with the hole that you punch to put the to insert the brad through. You don't want it to be too loosey-goosey, but you don't want it to be snug to the width of the legs of the brad. You just want it to be a smidge wider than the legs so that, again, it can just rotate really smoothly. And I find, so if you're curious, I think the brads I'm using are actually, I think they're from We Are Memory Keepers, and I used a 1/8 inch hole punch, and that seems to work out really well. And so here I'm just using, I've got all of these little stems and little floral flower buds. Now, I don't know exactly which segments go where, but the cool thing about this set is that they do have these stems in various lengths, and some are curved, some aren't, and they're designed so that they can fit around your letters, even the ones that have different angles, different curvature to them. I don't really know which is exactly meant to go with each section of the letters. I just put them wherever I feel they look nice, and so they are designed to fit. There will be a kind of stem that is perfectly designed to fit somewhere on that letter, but of course you can always kind of mix and match and do whatever you like to make it look how you like. And so that's the card complete. And what I'm thinking of when we sign this card is to just say, please hold on to this card. If I ever forget to mail you a card on any particular occasion, just bring this one out. So I thought this was a super cute card. I hope that you do too. And if you did like this video, please consider liking, commenting, and sharing. And if you want to catch new videos as I publish them, consider subscribing to my channel and ringing the notification bell. Thanks so much. Until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye.